We're in the Scoob 8 with my boy Edwin right now. How's it been going, man?
Everything's been going good. Everything's been going good. Just been chilling and stuff, coming up with different things, you know. I ain't been doing much.
What you been working on lately then, Ed?
Just trying to come up with different ideas for things I'm working on, like the next couple months, like skits. Trying to do a little panel talk. Working on music, stuff like that. So I'm just trying to get everything set up. Hopefully start shooting like panel talks and skits like by the end of the month. But gotta buy some things, equipment and stuff like that. Talk to some people, see if they're interested, and get things on the ball moving.
Interesting. Have you talked to anyone yet and got like a small group of people who are interested into doing some type of acting?
No, not yet. I've hit up like a few people for like doing interviews because I want to talk to like different people that's got their own little business ventures going on. See where their inspiration and came from to do that. But do skits, I'm gonna start messaging and hitting up a few people that like do some funny videos, stuff like that. Because I've seen so much just from my Instagram and like Facebook where people collab and they do funny videos. So I want to try to delve in that, see where I can go and what happens with that.
Very interesting, very interesting. So that's where your art flow is now. What about the rap? I remember the last time I remember you posting something. I took a little break from online, but when I came back before I did, you post something and the name of it was like a Bible name or something.
Oh,
like that.
Yeah, it was
like
called
Exodus.
Yeah, it was called Exodus. Yeah. That was I put that out. Man, it was like 2017 and stuff.
Yeah.
I put that out with that Breathe track I did from that Fabulous track. I did my own version to it, but I've been in the studio for a few months. I recorded this one track with my boy G Lotto. We did a track called No Pressure. We're gonna put that out soon. But we're working on a CD, collab CD. We don't know what the name is for yet. We're still thinking. But I know I want to get that out, videos, take pictures, and then hopefully work on my music again because I never finished my CD because I was started on it in 2017 and I just stopped because I was too busy and was working. So yeah, that's still right there. I just gotta get back to it. For 2019, you'll see more of me doing different things.
Interesting. Keep me posted on that.
Already, yeah, man.
Yeah, because actually for my next book I'm putting out, I'm working on like a book right now, and it's kind of separate, but my next like chapter book I'm putting out, I'm gonna put like a mixtape out with it with like some like friends I know who make music.
That's dope.
So if I can put like some of yours on there too, if you want to get on there, that'd be pretty interesting. I'm trying to get a lot of different interesting sounds. Something more than just rap too, but like I need some rap too though. So just let me know.
What's the book gonna be called, or what's it about?
Oh, it's kind of about time travel. It's based on these 4 people. They go camping in the woods and they find a cave. Inside the cave, they find like a hidden pyramid that's in America. So it kind of branches off like from there.
Oh, that's pretty dope. Okay.
Yeah, something separate than the first 2 books I put out. So it'll be interesting.
Working on the 3rd book. That's pretty big though. Working on a book. That's some deep stuff right there.
I mean, yeah, it's interesting. Just tales, I guess.
Hey, that's a good type of art right there. Like to write a book and then have it published and have like different copies and people are checking it out. That's pretty cool. It's almost like working on music or working on videos and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, everything's kind of the same in a way. I do feel like actually, from a viewer point of view, I think the best versions of entertainment are probably video games and books, just for the simple fact that you can use your brain while you're doing it. I mean, that's separate than music, which is, I kind of changed up the music I listened to over the past few years after I researched, like, what music actually is. It's kind of, how everything's just kind of like a program.
Mm-hmm.
That, yeah. So.
Okay. Yeah, because I've been writing music since I was like 16, but I didn't really start recording until like 2010, I think. And I was on my boy's mixtape for, I think it was like 2 years or something. And then like in 2013, that's when I started recording my own music. And been running with it since. I mean, sometimes I'll like take months off or take weeks off, months or years off, and I just think to myself, because I'll be too busy, I might be working, but trying to just stay on it steadily now where I can just keep getting it out. That bit of passion I had since like I was young, like I think it was 14 or 15 when I first started writing, so.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I remember that we used to have rap battles in high school, like in ninth grade. Like,
everybody had their own different type of clique and stuff.
Yeah, I remember that. That was fun.
That was interesting. E-Records and
oh shit.
I remember Daryl Palmer. He had his own group and stuff. And
when's the last time you talked to him?
Man, it's been. I mean, he follows like what I post like on Facebook. If I put music up, he'll like it. Or if he puts something up, I like it. I have a conversation with him. I think it's been like a year or so. I know he still be doing his thing, taking care of his fam and doing his music. I think he produces now. So yeah, it's been nice. It's been a while.
Cool,
so.
cool. Yeah, everyone always thinks we're related, but we're separate.
Yeah, because the
like
last name.
Somewhere far down the line, maybe. Our clans click, but I don't know. For some reason, I feel like I look at their group, I feel like they're more from Africa.
Oh.
And I look at like my Palmer clan, and we look like we're more like native to this land.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's just a observation. You know both, or you at least know me and them. So it's just that's just an observation I made.
Have you ever like met anybody that's in his family or besides him? Like
yeah, there's a whole lot of people from his family.
Damn, and they said, "Nah, we not related."
No, we're definitely not related.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Yeah, because I've heard that about, because like my last name Walker, and there's other people that's around here that's Walker, and it's like, well, they're not related to me, and I'm like, oh, for real. I'm like, I didn't even know that. But then there's other people with like different last names, and I'm like, oh, that's what my mom kept saying, don't talk to nobody around here. Like, try to might be your cousin. I'm like, oh, snap.
Well, both sides of my family just happen to come from up north, like New York and New Jersey. So I'm more from like up there, anyways.
Oh, yeah, my family span out to, it's like Chickahominy or something like that. I ain't never been out there. I drove like past like West Point, but yeah, my mom tells me I got a lot of family around here, and even going further down, Toronto and all that stuff. So
interesting.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're gonna play the psychological game. We'll play this word association game.
All right.
Get in your head a little bit.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to say a word. I'm going to say the first thing that pops into your head.
Okay.
The first word. And it's going to be kind of rapid fire.
All
You got to just pop it up real fast, all right?
All right.
All right. Happy.
My kid.
Video games.
Yeah, that's a good one. Madden.
Blue sky.
Clouds.
Basketball.
Kobe.
Fire.
Red.
Animals.
Monkey.
SpongeBob.
I guess, what's that house? Pineapple.
Donald Trump.
Dictator.
2022.
Ah, man. Robots.
Jay-Z.
GOAT.
Batman.
Dark Knight.
Vagina.
Warm.
Alright. Thunderstorm.
Bright.
Okay. Dogs.
Man's best friend.
One word.
Oh.
Rabbit.
Carrots.
The Super Bowl.
Rigged.
Porn star.
Nasty.
Indian.
Ah, man. First.
Venus.
Damn, I'm trying to think. I don't know about that one. Planet?
Okay. Turkey.
Nasty.
90s cartoons.
Greatest.
Thanos.
Suge.
Dirty socks.
Trash.
Bob Marley.
Inspirational.
Breastfeeding.
Milk.
Scary movies.
Interesting.
Cheeseburger.
It's okay.
Miami Dolphins.
Undefeated.
Okay. Okay, you got that 1 year. All right, Red Dead Redemption.
Classic.
Rapper.
T.I.
Bird Box.
Stupid.
Time travel.
Avengers.
LeBron James.
Cry.
Purple.
Damn, purple. McDonald's.
Yeah, superhero.
Batman.
Chinese people.
Smart.
Eminem.
Goat.
Ancient Egypt.
Hieroglyphics.
Jesus Christ.
Bible.
The Virgin Mary.
Let's see. I don't know.
Alright, that's it right there. Let's go over like a couple of these that I found interesting. He said, breastfeeding milk. No, I'm joking. Oh, he said Bird Box was stupid. What is it? I haven't seen it yet. I know basically what happened because everyone told me about it. So you think it's stupid? Like a lot of people think it's like great, but why? Like why would you think it's stupid?
It was the most confusing. Like this thing, beginning of the movie was like very confusing. It was almost like you seen like what I guess, happened before, like, everything, like, the whole situation where, I guess, everybody's, some travesty or something, I don't know, it was something with the wind or something that was killing people, or some type of monster. But it was weird, like, they would drive the car with blindfolds on, and I'm like, how are you seeing? Like, you just getting a GPS, but how do you know what exactly in front of them? Like, I think they was in a car or a van. Everything was closed. There's nothing they could see outside of it. And they driving, hitting the curb and all types of stuff. And you got people that's seeing the light like, oh, come in here. It's so beautiful in here. Come in here. And then all of a sudden they killing each other and throwing each other out the window. And what the fuck is this shit? Like, who came up with this? This is crazy. It's like that Get Out stuff. That stuff was crazy.
Yeah, it's probably like some weird hidden meaning behind it.
I don't know. I guess it was creative because Sandra Bullock was in it, so I guess it was an important movie. I was like, why the hell is she in this?
See, that's why I wonder, because why was it such a big deal? I feel like it was. Yeah,
I didn't understand. I didn't know. I don't know if it was like, I guess, like the featured movie they wanted people to look at or something, because they had some other movie called Mowgli or something. I don't know, some kid in like the forest or something. And I was like, where does Bird Box stuff come from? I just saw everybody was talking about it on Facebook. I was like, all right, well, let me look at it. And I looked at the first 10 minutes. I was like, this shit is stupid. This lady walked into a burning car. The hell? I was like, that shit crazy.
I don't know.
I mean, you could watch it. It's interesting. I will say it's something different. Something you probably have never seen. Like you like, damn, is there really something out there? Like, you ain't supposed to be looking or paying attention.
I don't know. Maybe it's about like just a phenomenon in general. Because me not watching the movie and just hearing about it, I kind of feel like that character in the movie, like trying to just live my life, but everyone's like, hey, watch the movie, hey, check this out, hey, check out the what's the other one other people have been trying to get me to watch. It's on Netflix too. Vandersnatch.
Oh yeah, I ain't seen that yet.
Yeah, people want me to watch Vandersnatch too. So I feel like it's a movie about just things that are popular.
I don't know about that. A lot of them movies on Netflix are pretty bad. I don't know where they came up with these ideas from. I'm like, yo, who made this? This is terrible. The acting is terrible. The video quality is terrible. So I don't know. Someone was a genius because they said that was the highest grossing Netflix movie as far as, like, I guess people watching it they've ever had.
That's why I feel like maybe, I don't know why it was such a big movie to watch. I feel like for some reason there was like a phenomena put with it because it was someone wanted to be seen. I don't know. That's why I feel like it might be like some weird message to it.
Because I'm thinking whoever came up with that movie is like a genius, I guess, because they probably didn't think much of the movie. That's why it went to Netflix instead of being in the theater. But it was like, well,
no, that's the new wave though. Like, if it was on the, I don't know, it's easier.
Yeah.
It's easier, like.
Yeah, because, I mean, they're paying that subscription, so, I mean, it's up there, so.
It's right there, bam. I can watch it in the next 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't have to go to the movie theater, be around people.
Yeah. I mean, it was a big topic of discussion, like, everybody was talking about it.
All right, you said ancient Egypt, hieroglyphics, okay. What do you think about, like, do you play Assassin's Creed at all?
I played, like, I can't remember which one it was. I think I played, like, the first one. I haven't played, like, the rest of them since. I know they got that new one out. I guess, like, he's in Egypt or something.
Okay. Well, what do you think about do you know what Assassin's Creed's about at all?
Nah, not entirely.
Okay, all right.
I seen a little bit of the movie, but I can't remember exactly what it was about because I was just, like, confused. I was like, what is this about?
Okay, this is, basically it's about, there's this guy who has an ancient bloodline where, let's just say in this realm, they hook him up to a machine so he can travel back through his DNA and live this life and figure out where this ancient artifact is. So it basically poses the question, like, what DNA is. Like, is it just memory, data? Can you, like, if you, let's say you had, like, an ancient warrior in your past, you probably do, like, who doesn't, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you could, like, tap into, like, your ancient warrior DNA.
Damn.
Like, even more, like, even just things that they knew, like, just information. That is all it is, just, like, DNA. Like, it makes you think about, like, everything you're doing right now is kind of just, like, being recorded.
What, like do your eyes and stuff?
Yeah.
Damn. See, that's some deep stuff. See, I ain't never thought of stuff like that. That's some.
It's kind of like the truth, though.
Damn. Wow. Damn, that's actually real deep. Like, your vision or what you're looking at is recording everything and seeing everything. But deep down, there could be something before you that might have happened, and they're just, maybe something is seen. I don't know, I was having a conversation with somebody, and I forgot what they were saying. They were saying something about, like, just imagine you close your eyes and someone says a word. Like, what is that thing that's making that say whatever it is in your head? That's not you saying something. Exactly. You don't hear nothing. What is that that's making that say something? And I was like, yo, I ain't never thought of that.
It's programmed.
That's wild.
People are programmed. Like, this thing about where we've grown up, like, there shouldn't really be that much gangster stuff going on around here. But for some reason, there's like, I know a lot of gangsters around here. Some are like authentic through like the older generation, but like there's some who got into it via just attaching to like rap music and movies and TV shows.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Because like back in the day with music, it was like more of a spiritual thing. It's kind of like how concerts are now. People come together and have like listen to like more spiritual type music while they like smoke weed or take mushrooms.
Right.
And like a spiritual type thing to like get everyone together.
Right, that's true.
To thinking like kind of not like a hive mind in a bad way, but like kind of thinking as one. That's kind of like how music is, you know?
That's true though, because whenever an artist put out music and stuff, like, he can touch so many different lives and stuff. Like, he can put out something about shooting somebody and stuff, and it might be some random kid just like that music. Like, yeah, I like that. That song is hot and stuff. Yeah. He might not have never lived that lifestyle, none of that stuff, but he just like what he's hearing.
You can connect to the energy, because it's like energy, frequency.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting stuff.
That's this thing. All right. Think about like your phone, right? There's not a lot of information on your phone. Like the energy is just around you. Like you might have like a McDonald's commercial just like on your hand right now, because it's just floating out in the waves and the Wi-Fi, the signals, you know.
Yeah, because that's weird. Like sometimes, like especially if you like, let's say you like, oh, I need to look for a job and stuff. Then just randomly, like on Facebook, you'll see an ad like, oh, there's a job, Coca-Cola or Pepsi, 17 an hour, you should apply here. And you be like, what? Yeah. How did you find out about this? Yeah, that's so crazy.
That's really interesting. Let's see. So what do you think? What do you believe about like the universe? Do you think like there's a God? Do you think you believe in ghosts? Spirits, like, do you think you lived a life before you're reincarnated?
Let's see. I think before I was born and stuff, there was actually supposed to be someone here before me. I think my mom told me I was supposed to have a twin brother, but I don't think, or there was a kid before me, but he died, and then I think it was a year later I came about. So it was always weird, because I was like, I wonder if I would have had 3 older brothers instead of 2, like, who he would have been. And I'm just like, am I living through him because he didn't make it? And stuff. I guess he must have, it must have been a miscarriage or something. And I'm just like, I wonder, like,
You think that might be you, but you just came a year later?
Yeah, it might. I might be somebody else. I'm just going by the name that they're telling me, but maybe I'm not that person. Yeah. It's weird with, like, a lot of stuff, like, you start delving into it, and, like, I believe there's a God and stuff, but I don't know how anybody came up with, like, the Bible and like, how we should believe in this, and he's coming this day, or he's going to come this time. It's like...
Oh, the Bible is just a compilation of old stories, like, from, like, Egypt and all over the world, put together into the Bible.
So, yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, like, you can find the 10 Commandments and the, like, I think it's the 48 laws of Ma'at in Egypt. I think the first one is, like, thou shalt not sin. That's, like, the first law. So it's, like...
something that we've always been taught.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. Supposedly Jesus is the Son, too. There's a lot of evidence towards that. Like, it's kind of a tale of astrology, but if you don't know astrology, you can't really tell. So that's why I feel like the Bible says, because, like, there's some, like, realness in the Bible, like some stuff from even, like, other times before that had, like, spirituality and realness there, but there's some things you can tell that were, like, some man wrote that shit. That's not, like, because there's no ancient scripture from before the Bible saying that, like, women came from man. Because just think about it, even if you watch a baby being born, it's a woman, and then, like, it turns into a man.
That's true.
Yeah. So it's like, we're some type of mutation from women. Like, we're like the positive to their negative. I guess they decided to split.
Wow.
Like the story of Adam and Eve in a way. It's like protons and neutrons, then the electron is around, like the planets kind of in a way. The sun, and the planets are around the sun.
Yeah, because I've always wondered, like, take a step further, how did they become born? How did we all get here? How did it populate that far that it spreaded? We're all in different places, and we're all different nationalities and all this stuff. Like, how did that happen? That's some deep stuff. Interesting stuff.
You just have to, because now with the internet, a lot of the information's out there. Like, a lot of interesting stuff.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you basically can find anything on the internet. Literally everything. Now they got DNA things where you can figure out where your ancestors are from.
That's kind of I think that's a fraud, though.
Yeah, because I tried it and I put in, like, my grandmother's name and when she was born, and it said it couldn't find nothing. I was like, well, wait, you just said, like, this is a site I can find, like, my old ancestors. Why is...
No, they don't know, man. Because think about it, like, if you just go back to, like, 7 generations, you got, like, 40 grandparents right there.
Yeah.
And all of them have 4 grandparents, and it just splits off so far. Like, you just have one relative that just moved to one place. Like, it's just too much. And if you look at it, the company that does that, 23andMe, they just sold their company to a pharmaceutical company.
Really?
Yeah, so all that information is about to get sold to, like, the pharmacy companies that make, like, medicine and shit.
Wow.
It's an op, man. It's an op.
Yeah, I thought that.
All right, and then think about this. They say, a lot of people get like, oh, I'm from, like, Africa or something like that. If you go back far enough, the entire world was one continent. So how can you just know you're just from one spot? You could be from here, but over there.
Yeah, that's true, though.
Because it's all together if you go back far enough.
Yeah, that is true. I like that. I like that insight. This actually makes sense.
Exactly. Makes sense. The more you think about it, everything we're told just does not make sense, dude. Like, a lot of stuff.
It's weird, like, what we were taught as kids, especially in school. Like, they tell you, like, these people were from here, these people were from here, and it's like, all right, so where were the first people then? Where were they actually from?
I think billions, maybe millions years ago.
I even seen, like, the pictures where they do, like, the cavemen and stuff, how they were hunched over, then over time they started straightening up.
And that's bullshit, dude. That's so, because, like, all right, what do you think happened at the beginning of the time? Do you think there was black people, white people, Spanish people?
I don't even think there was, like, I don't think there was a color or a race. I think it was just...
I'm just saying, like, there was black people. Like, that was it. So, like, even, like, if you hear the stories of, like, Greek mythology, like, if you see Thor, white people weren't even around then.
Wow.
The earliest you can find, like, most white people in history is, like, 2,000 years ago after the Ice Age.
Wow.
And that's just, like, random information. If you look, like, that's all you can find them. So, like, it's weird when you, like, if you think, oh, Thor, you think the movie Thor, and like, oh, hold on, like, if you go, there weren't white people then.